Okay, so our course is 18ME430 machining process. We are going to continue the grinding machine topic, right? So previous class we discussed the introduction of grinding, what is the need for grinding and applications, advantages, as well as types of grinding. So the grinding has a two classification based on material removal rate as well as surface finish. So we have two more types. The name is called precision grinders and non-precision grinders, or we say rough grinders. So rough grinders as well as precision grinders. The difference between these two is for rough grinders, metal removal rate is very high, but the surface finish is very less. If you compare, if you take precision grinders, the metal removal rate is very less, but we can get a good surface finish. These are the difference, right? So generally grinding machine has maximum of 0.5 or 0.7 mm only, right? So this is what rough grinders as well as precision grinders. And we seen the grinding wheel. It is a tool for grinding machine, cutting tool. The main two ingredients are abrasive particles as well as bonding materials. So we have two more types of abrasives called natural abrasives as well as artificial abrasives. Similarly, for bonding we have a 6 kind of bonding, right? So vitrified, silicate, shellac, etc. So based on the bonding material we have a types of bonding, and we finally discuss selection of grinding wheel. So it is based on our workpiece as well as our requirement. So for example, if you want a low tensile, if your workpiece has a low tensile material, then you can pick our soft grade or like that. So we discussed all those things in previous class, right? So today's agenda is we are going to complete types of grinding machines. It's a machine tool, right? So this is what we are going to discuss: introduction of grinding machine and types of grinding machine, and rough grinders. In rough grinders we are going to discuss floor and bench grinder and precision grinders, and in precision grinders we are going to discuss three main grinders. One is a surface grinder or grinding machine, centerless grinders or centerless grinding machine, and third one is a internal grinders or internal grinding machines. So these are the topic we are going to complete. Right. So introduction part, grinding machine. As we know, machine is nothing but our machine tool. So grinding machine is a power operated machine tool. So we cannot operate manually. We need electric power to operate this. So grinding machine is a power operated machine tool where the workpiece is fed against a constantly rotating abrasive wheel, which is also called as a grinding wheel, so that the thin layer of metal is removed from the workpiece. Right. So this is what a working principle of grinding. So generally, machine tool it provides relative motion between tool and work. Basic definition. But here grinding machine is a power operated machine tool which provides to provide relative motion between grinding wheel and workpiece. So the workpiece is fed against a constantly rotating abrasive wheel, which is also called as the grinding wheel, so that the thin layer of metal is removed from the workpiece, right? So we discussed the difference between lathe, drill as well as grinding, the working principles, right? So lathe means the workpiece rotates, but tool it moves, right? But drilling, workpiece is a stationary one, tool moves. So here workpiece is stationary, tool moves. Sometimes workpiece as well as tools both are rotates, right? So but shaping, if you consider shaping, there is no rotating element. The only we can remove the material with the help of reciprocating motion of ram, right? So you need to remember all those things, right? So grinding machine, according to the quality of surface finish, may be classified as two ways. One is a rough grinders, another one is a precision grinders, right? So rough grinders to remove more stock than other grinding. So metal removal rate is very high. So to remove more stock than other grinding, right? So as I said, if you want to remove more, if you want to remove 2 mm material, so first step, for each step, single step, I can remove 1.8 mm approximately. So this is what a rough grinder. But remaining 2 mm, I will remove by multiple passes. So this is what the precision grinders. So the first case, the case one, it may be the metal removal rate is very high, but we cannot get good surface finish. But in second case, the metal removal is very less, but we can get the good surface finish, right? So for rough grinders we have many types. So here we listed 4. One is a floor stand and bench grinders, portable and flexible soft grinders, swing frame grinders, abrasive belt grinders. These are some of the types of rough grinders. So basically rough grinders are in very small size and it is used for small application alone, right? So you cannot use the large or heavy components with the help of rough grinders, right? So floor stand and bench grinders, portable, swing, and then abrasive belt grinders. So we will see only one that is called floor stand and bench grinders. So it is used for snagging of offhand grinding of various materials and cutting tools in tool rooms, foundries, and general repair shops. So floor stand means the grinding may be placed top of the floor or top of the table or bench, right? So it is used for snagging of offhand grindings, various materials, and cutting tools, right? So as I said earlier, if you visit any machine shops or any workshop, you can able to view one grinding machine that is for tool grinders. Generally, it is a special type of machine. It is used for only grind tool material, right? So tool material. So the floor stand bench grinder generally it is in tool grinders. So cutting tools in tool rooms, foundries, and general repair shops. It carries a horizontal spindle, right? So horizontal spindle means the rotation of spindle about x-axis, right? So if you raise your hand, right? So it's look at x-axis, right? So if you raise hand, if you lift raise the hand, your top of your face, like it's a y-axis. So the spindle rotates about x-axis, then we say it's a horizontal axis. So it carries a horizontal spindle having a grinding wheel mounted on the both the ends. It can be suitably bolted on a bench, right? So the base of the grinder suitably bolted on bench with the help of some bolting, right? So this is what image it shows the bench grinders. You can able to view in home appliances for that is your knife or home appliances sharpening. They use one grinder, like it's like a portable grinder. They have a wheel, right? So they have a wheel. It's like a shape, right? But it is a bench grinder, right? So the base of the bench grinder is bolted at the floor or at the bench. Generally, it is a bench grinder. So we have a body. That body it acts as a housing of all the mechanisms and all the power engines. And it has a spindle. It is a horizontal revolving spindle. Both the end of horizontal spindle we have a grinding wheel over the grinding wheel, and we have a work rest where we place our workpiece, right? So and in addition to that we have a grinding wheel guard as well as safety screens. So this is generally if used to prevent chip flowing away from our machineries or some other distance. So it is a we have a grinding wheel housing or as well as safety screens, right? This is a basic image for bench grinders. The floor or pedestal grinders is nothing but bench grinders of the above type mounted on a steel stand or pedestal of suitable height, right? So the floor, if it is the base is placed on a separate pedestal, then we say it's a floor stand or pedestal type of bench grinder. So the pedestal means you can be able to view the pedestal fan, right? So pedestal fan. So these grinders are also be used for polishing by replacing the grinding wheel by polishing wheel, right? So these are some of the examples of floor stand and bench grinders, right? So this is a floor stand. This is also floor stand. This one is the bench grinder. This one is the floor grinder. So generally it is in mosaic polishing like that, right? So the top of the grinder we have a grinding wheel, right? So the wheel may be made by some cotton material or other material, right? These are some of the examples for rough grinders, right? So now we go with precision grinders. So rough grinders generally used for small application alone, but precision grinders may be used for many applications, but it remove the less stock. So the metal removal rate is very less, but we can get good surface finish, right? So we have a types. So based on the surface generator, we have so many classifications. So one is a surface grinding machine. So where the surface of the workpiece may be grinded, right? So surface grinding machine. Cylindrical grinding machine, the cylindrical workpiece may be grinded, right? So in this machine. Internal grinding machine, internal structures so may be grinded. And tool and cutter grinding machine, this is one of the specific type. It is used for only grind tools and cutters. So and etc. We have many more types, right? So surface grinding, cylindrical grinding, internal grinding, tool and cutter grinding machines. Okay, we will see one by one. So surface grinding machine, the working principles, it is common for a traditional grinding machine. So the workpiece is fed against a constantly rotating abrasive wheel so that the thin layer of metal is removed from it, right? So the workpiece has a reciprocating motion, but the tool has a rotary motion. Workpiece has a reciprocating motion, tool has a rotary motion. So the workpiece is fed against a constantly rotating abrasive wheel, right? So that the thin layer of metal is removed. This is what mainly surface grinding. The surface of the workpiece will be grinded. So the workpiece type, it may be the flat, or it may be the angular, or it may be the irregular surface. We can do any type of workpiece, right? It has a 4 classification. So based on the spindle position as well as table position, table movement, right? So spindle means it may have a horizontal or vertical, right? So horizontal or vertical. Horizontal means lathe, right? So lathe axis, right? So lathe chuck rotation, lathe, it's a horizontal. Vertical means drill bit rotation, vertical drilling. So spindle may be horizontal or vertical. Similarly, the table can move reciprocatingly, like our shaping machines, reciprocatingly, or rotary. So we have a 4 classification based on the spindle as well as table position, right? So horizontal spindle, it may be the reciprocating type, it may be the rotary table. Horizontal spindle, it may be reciprocating table or rotary table. Similarly, vertical spindle, it may be reciprocating table or rotary table. So these are the 4 classifications of surface grinding machine, where you can find that this one is a horizontal, right? So horizontal spindle with the reciprocating motion. So this one is a vertical spindle, reciprocating motion. So this one is horizontal as well as rotating table. This one is to be vertical as well as rotating table. So we have a 4 more classifications. So in your examination, they may be asked any one particular type. For example, explain the components and working principles in horizontal spindle rotate table. You need to draw very clearly, right? So if you draw wrongly, then the total answer is to be wrong, right? So it is a surface grinding machine, general construction. From bottom itself, we have a base or bed, right? So it must withstand the more forces, more vibrations. It is made by the cast iron. It is a rigid structure, right? It acts as a lubricant. It acts as a reservoir for lubricants. So all the common points, it is similar. It is applicable here also. It's a bed or base. And we have a vertical structure called column. It's a blue color. It's a vertical structure or column. So it carries a spindle head, right? So spindle head, and we have a grinding wheel hard guard. It is to prevent to chip flowing away from the machine, right? So grinding wheel guard and grinding wheel. So from this image, you can easily observe that it is rotated about horizontal axis. So horizontal spindle, table is a reciprocating table. So horizontal spindle, reciprocating table. If they ask horizontal spindle, rotary table, means you need to draw the table as a circular one. That's enough, right? So if they say vertical spindle, means you need to draw like this, different vertical spindle, right? So wheel guard, work table, and the we have a green color, it's a work table, and yellow color, it's a work piece, and we have a saddle, and finally is to be the bed, right? So bed, column, wheel guard, and wheel work table, work piece, saddle, as well as other components, right? So generally the wheel rotates about horizontal axis. It's a rotating element alone, but workpiece can move reciprocally with the help of table, as well as it can move crosswise with the help of saddle. Because the table is connected with the saddle can move crosswise movement. Sometimes some machineries, the wheel may have a crosswise movements, right? So this is the basics construction of surface grinding machine. So here wheel rotates, right? So tool rotates. Workpiece reciprocates under the wheel, right? So workpiece reciprocates under the wheel. Wheel or table, it may be feeds axially between passes to produce a fine flat surfaces, right? So wheel or table, it can move crosswise. It will provide a crosswise movement. So amount of feed generally 100th of mm, right? So it should be minimum. You need to maintain this one. So amount of feed should be the 100th of mm alone, right? So this is what a horizontal grinding machine. This one is a vertical grinding machine. So axis, and both are reciprocating table, right? So there are mainly four relative motion. One is a rotation of grinding wheel. So vertical, it is a rotate about y axis. This one is rotate about x axis, right? So horizontal axis, vertical axis. A. The B stands for table movement. So both the table movements are reciprocating table. and C stands for feed, right? So traverse feed that C for vertical, that tool, right? So next one is a D. It is like a down feed, right? It is like a down feed, but here we don't have any down feed because the C transverse feed as well as down feed both are controlled by spindle alone, right? These are surface grinding machines. So this is a main exact surface grinding machines. So this one is to be horizontal spindle, reciprocating table, vertical spindle, rotary table, right? So this is the grinding machines, right? So up to this surface grinding. So now we go with the cylindrical grinding machine. So again, cylindrical grinding machine, it is similar to our lathe. It is mainly similar to our lathe. Only difference is instead of single point cutting tool, here we use grinding wheel, right? So that is the main difference. So the working piece of lathe, you know that we have two centers, right? So we have two centers. In between two centers, the workpiece are rigidly held, right? Rigidly placed, hold. So and then the tool is moved against the rotating workpiece, right? Here the same difference. The workpiece is held between two centers, right? It is between two centers, and the rotating grinding wheel fed against it, right? So instead of single point cutting tool, here the rotating wheel is fed against the rounding. I mean rotable workpiece, rotating workpiece, right? So generally it is surface would be the cylindrical surface, or maybe straight or curved or contoured. The surface may be the cylindrical workpiece, but the surface of cylindrical workpiece may be the straight, or it may be the curves, or it may be the contoured or other shapes, right? So this is generally used for cylindrical workpieces. So again, it is similar to lathe. Only difference is instead of single point cutting tool, here we use rotating grinding wheel, right? So cylindrical grinding machine. This machine is used to produce a external cylindrical surface. The surface may be straight, tapered, steps, or profile. So this is the image of cylindrical grinding machine, where we have two beams like our lathe headstock and tailstock. So similarly here we have two columns, right? So two columns, and two columns we have two centers. In between centers we place our cylindrical workpiece, so it is also rotates, and we have other separate part called grinding wheel. It is also rotates. So A, rotation of grinding wheel, B, work table rotation, so which means workpiece rotation. C, reciprocating of table. The table can move reciprocately, and the D is the in-feed or depth of cut. Right. This is what a general cylindrical grinding machine. Right. So this is what a exact cylindrical grinding machine. Where you can find here is one of the center. Right. So here also we have one of the center. This pipes, it shows the cutting fluid. For cutting fluid, the table can move reciprocatingly, and we have a grinding wheel. Right. So we have a grinding wheel. Both are controlled by electric motors, right? So this is similar to our headstock, right? So this is a main cylindrical grinding machines, and this is the image, right? So we place our cylindrical object in centers, and cutting fluids, right? Cutting fluids flowing, and the grinding wheels are rotated. So the rotating grinding wheels are fed against the rotating of workpiece rotation. Right, so we have three more types of cylindrical grinding: plain, universal, and centralized grinding. So plain means previous we saw it's a plain cylindrical grinding, right? So we have two centers, and object is placed between these two centers, and the tool grinding wheel is fed against a workpiece rotation. But universal grinding, it may be some modification with the plain grinding, right? So third one is a centerless grinding. The name implies that the workpiece should be held without use of centers, right? So instead of centers, here we have a rollers, right? So we will hold the workpiece with the help of rollers. So in previous case, we use centers to hold the workpiece, but here we are going to use rollers to hold the workpiece, right? So centerless grinding machine. So this is a image it shows. So we have two rollers. One roller acts as a grinding wheel. Another one is a regulating roll or pressure roll. Right. So in between two rollers we have a workpiece. Right. So the workpiece is held by two wheels. Apart from these two wheels, we have a work blade rest. Right. So the bottom of workpiece we have a work blade rest. This is what a centralized grinding machine. So the workpiece is placed on the work rest table between two wheels, namely grinding and regulating wheel. One is a grinding wheel, another one is a regulating wheel, which are rotated in clockwise. So if the grinding wheel and regulating wheel rotated the clockwise, then the workpiece should rotate in counterclockwise. Which are rotating clockwise and workpiece rotates the counterclockwise. The grinding wheel remove the material from workpiece surface, and the regulating wheel regulates the workpiece, or it will give the feed. If you increase the pressure of regulating wheel, then the contact between a grinding wheel and workpiece should be high. So we will remove more. We can remove the more material. So, but the metal removal is taken by the grinding wheel alone, not a regulating wheel. Regulating wheel is just, it acts as a support. Right. So centerless means the workpiece are not held between centers. Right. So we never use centers. We use rollers to hold. Right. So it may be the curved or cylindrical surface or long slender rod which cannot be ground on cylindrical grinding. So for example, if our we know that the cylindrical grinding machine, the objects are held with the help of centers. Right. One of the specification of cylindrical grinding machine is the length between these two centers. Right. So for example, the length between two centers may be the 1 meter. Assume that 1 meter, then we can hold the slender rod up to 1 meter. We cannot hold more than 1 meter because our total maximum height is only 1 meter. If I'm having a cylindrical grinding, right, so the distance between these two centers are 1 meter, but I have a workpiece up to 2 meters, right? So I cannot cut. My one of the thing is I cannot cut. So I need to grind 2 meter cylindrical rods, length cylindrical rods. For this case, I can use centerless grinding. Right? For this case, you can use centerless grinding. Right. So this is an image of centerless grinding. So centerless grinding can also be external. So we have an internal centerless grinding also. We will see later. Internal transverse feed or Blanch grinding. The most common of centerless grinding is external transverse feed grinding. Right. So here we have a base. Right. So we have a base and we have a bed. The bed, it acts as a housing for motors and other mechanisms. On the top of the bed we have two rollers, right? So one is the grinding wheel, another one is to be the regulating wheel. Both are controlled by wheel, right? So it is used to provide the feed, right? So and we have some drawing mechanisms. We will see later what is meant by drawing mechanisms. And the object is placed top of the work blade rest, right? So this is what a centerless grinding machine. The difference between centerless grinding machine is the objects are held with the help of rollers, not the centers. That's it. Right. So this is an exact image of centerless grinding. Right. We have two rollers and we have a work table rest. So this is a curved shape, so it will rotate. There is no friction and all. Right. So this is also another image. You can easily view that centerless grinding. So we have two rollers, and it is a workpiece, and we have a work table rest. Right, so this is what centerless grinding. So as of now we saw surface grinding, cylindrical grinding and centerless grinding. So now we go with internal grinding machines. Right, so used to use internal grinding machine. The name says that internal grinding machine is internal surfaces may be grinder. So if you want to do grinding in internal surface or hollow surface or through-hole surface or whatever it may be. So for this case we use the internal grinding machines or internal grinders. So used for grinding internal surface of different holes, cylindrical as well as tapered, etc. Right. So there are many types. Here we listed only 5. One is a plain universal internal grinders, universal internal grinders, planetary internal grinders, centerless internal grinders, chucking internal grinders, etc. So we have many types: plain, universal, planetary, centerless, chucking. Right. So we will see one by one. Right. This one is the plain internal grinders. Right. So the image you can easily observe that there are two things. One is workpiece, another one is the grinding wheel. The grinding wheel is connected to the spindle. Right. So workpiece, grinding wheel, and the grinding wheel is connected to the spindle. Spindle can rotate as well as spindle can reciprocate. So spindle has two motions: rotary motion as well as reciprocating motions. Right. So spindle can rotate as well as reciprocating motion. So reciprocating motion also we have a transverse feed as well as in feed also, or crosswise feed also. So spindle, the workpiece only it has a rotary motions. Right. There is no feed. This is what a plain internal grinder. So the workpiece can rotate and the grinding wheels. The grinding wheels are as a reciprocating motion as well as a rotary motion. Grinding wheel has a three motions. So two reciprocating motion, which means traverse feed, longitudinal feed as well as in feed, as well as it has a rotary motion. But wheel has a only rotary motion. So for example, how many length internal you need ground means you can move the grinding wheel up to our required distance, right? So it carries an individual driven wheel head mounted on the cross slide. The work head either carries a chuck, the work head, right? The work, it may be the like chuck, because we use lathe chuck. It look like a finger, right? So the workpiece are held with the help of chuck or face plate to hold the work, or later can be mounted the fixture attached to the work hand spindle. The work can be swiveled to the grid taper holes, right? So it can grind, right? So workpiece also rotates here, and as well as spindle also rotates. Spindle, in addition to spindle rotation, we have a two reciprocating motion, that is longitudinal motion as well as in feed motions. This is what a plain internal grinders, right? The second one is a universal internal grinders. The difference between plain as well as universal means the work table, right? So the plain workpiece has only rotary motion, but here the workpiece has a rotary motion as well as it will provide some feed. It will move reciprocatingly in crosswise movements. So here the work head is mounted on the cross slides, right? Because it provides a cross slide movement. Here work head is mounted on the cross slide, which enables a cross feed to the work head. The work head can be swelled through 90 degree, right? So it can be swelled through 90 degree. It is used for grind cylindrical and tapered holes, flat surface, outside the cylinder surface, convex and concave surfaces. So these are some of the examples, right? So universal grinder. So the difference between plain as well as universal is the rotation about workpiece. So both has a rotation of workpiece, but universal, in addition to workpiece rotation, we have a in feed movement of workpiece, right? The third one is a centerless internal grinding. We know that centerless grinding machine means the workpiece can hold with the help of rollers, right? So here also the workpiece can hold with the help of rollers, but for internal grinding we need another one roller. Generally it requires four rollers. One is a grinding wheel, remaining three rolls are pressure roll, supporting roll and regulating roll. So we need a four rollers, right? So one is a grinding wheel, that is a common. Another three rolls are pressure roll, supporting roll, regulating wheel. But previous centerless cylindrical grinding, we used only two grinders. One is grinding wheel, another one is a supporting roll. But here we have a 3+1 grinding wheel. So three rolls are pressure roll, supporting roll and regulating roll. So these rolls, while supporting the workpiece, also rotate the shapes, right? So these rolls are used to support as well as it is also rotates. It's like a live centers. In lathe we have a live centers, right? So it is also rotates along with the workpiece as well as it is used to hold the workpiece. All rolls rotate in same direction, while the workpiece and grinding rotate in opposite direction. This is a simple principle, right? So all the rolls are working in same direction, but the tool and the workpiece rotates in opposite direction. The grinding wheel remains constant with the internal surface of the workpiece of the horizontal center line of the regulating wheel. So it ensures that uniform wall of thickness of the workpiece and therefore concentricity of the ground internal hole with the external surface, right? So this is what the image of centerless internal grinding. We have a four rollers. One is a grinding wheel, the internal part, right? It is contacted with the internal surfaces. It is a grinding wheel. And we have three more rollers. One is a supporting roll, another one is a regulating roll, another one is a pressure rolls. The pressure rolls can move, right? So it can move. So it can move, and we can place the different size of workpieces, and we can hold pressure rolls. The pressure rolls to mounted that it can be swung along the side to allow loading and unloading of the workpieces. The wheel head is mounted on the slide and can be given by reciprocating motion. So wheel head is mounted on the slide. So wheel head may be it has a rotary motion as well as reciprocating motion, right? So this is what simple centralized internal grinding. The final topic is planetary internal grinders, right? So planetary internal grinders. So according to previous internal grinders, we seen workpiece has a rotary motion, right? Some universal grinding and as well as centralized internal universal grinding, we have a workpiece has a rotary as well as reciprocating motion. Remaining all the grinding machines, all the internal grinding machines has a workpiece has a rotary motion. right? So for example, if my workpiece is very large and very heavy, we cannot rotate, right? So it is very difficult to rotate very large workpiece. We can rotate, but if you want to rotate very large heavy workpieces, you need a more power or more electricity. So generally it does not, and and the vibrations are very more, right? So for this case we use planetary intelligence. If the workpiece is very large, very heavy, and we cannot tilt, we cannot rotate, then we go with planetary internal grinders, right? So this is to grind the holes in large and irregular shape of heavy workpieces. This is the only main application. Heavy workpieces. The workpiece remains stationary, which is mounted on a slide. The wheel head carries a mechanism due to which the axis of rotating grinding wheel travels along a circular path around the axis of a hole in the workpiece. The longitudinal traverse obtained by reciprocating movement of the grinding wheel spindle by moving the slide forward and backward on which workpiece is mounted. Right. So this is what a simple planetary internal grinder. So the workpiece cannot move; it is a stationary one. The the wheel is connected to the spindle. The spindle has a rotary motion as well as reciprocating motion, right? So the planetary as well as plane internal grinder both are same. Only difference is plane internal grinders, the workpiece may rotate it, but here workpiece is a stationary one. The spindle of the grinding wheel is given in a radial in feet after completion of each planetary circle to increase the depth of cut, right? So thank you.